Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I'm your host, KeTohn, and today I have Vania from Vania's Travel Squad here to share some awesome insight on the topic of the day. Thanks for joining us, Vania.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's always a pleasure. So today's topic is, what is one emotional experience that you had or one emotional memory that you had with a client? I just wanted to do this to kind of shout out to those clients. They really do make the small business owners dance and also just leave positive and loving memories in our hearts and remind us why we do what we do. So the client that I'm going to share today, I'm not going to share who the client is because I didn't give her a notification that I was going to share her. So I'm only going to share what the experience was with her and why it was so emotional for me. So this client is someone who has always been a support system to others, always helping others, always doing for others, supporting other people's businesses, funding other people's dreams and goals and stuff. And when it came down to her doing that for herself, she was the last person on her list. And so she finally decided to go ahead and invest in getting some business services for me. And by the time her project was done and we were able to get her all good to go, she called me and she was basically almost like crying, and it made me
Yeah.
cry. Like we just
Yeah.
both crying together.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, don't say that because you're going to make me cry. And she started
Yeah.
crying. So I was crying. It was just a whole bunch of tears, but they were happy tears. And, she was just saying, thank you so much for reminding me to invest in myself. And thank you so much for seeing me, because even though she knows she's supposed to invest in herself, sometimes we get lost in the sauce of supporting other people. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened in her case. She's just so busy helping everyone else. And then when she sat down and thought, okay, who's next? She's the last person on the list that, no
Right.
one has really tended to. So it was like a really emotional moment for me because I am someone that is always working and trying to assist and help people as much as I can. And that was a lesson that I had to teach myself,
Yeah.
not to put myself last on the list, because when you put yourself first, you get, everyone gets the better version of you. When you put yourself last, everyone
Yeah.
gets the lower frequency version of you. And on top of
Right.
that, it just felt so much more fulfilling when you treat yourself and you take care of yourself. So it was a very emotional thing for me because it was like I was seeing what I had been working to overcome happening to someone else, and it gave me so much hope and so much excitement that she was going to be able to leave that place of, working herself to the bone for other people and not investing that back into herself. So
Right.
that is the emotional experience that I had with a client. She's absolutely amazing, and I love everything that she does. I support her. I shop with her all the time, and I'm just really happy that she's in a place now where she's focusing on her first
Yeah.
and then everybody else next. Because how can you take care of everybody else if you're not taking care of yourself? So
Exactly. It's
that's my
true.
client. What about
hmm
you?
Well, the client that comes to mind, I guess I've had a lot of cool experiences with different clients, but the client that comes to mind is actually someone who I grew up with. I'm like really close with him and his family. His family is close to my family, and so we've grown up with each other. And one day he calls me and he says to me, his wife wants to go on this, this trip, and he has no idea like where to even start. He's like, his wife is always looking at all these Instagram postings, and so he wanted to come up with a great idea for a trip. So he had no clue where he wanted to go. So he was like, you could do it. You help me out. Think about all the. And I was like, well, like where? And then he was naming like Greece and Santorini and Dubai and all these places. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, this is what we're gonna do. And this is actually the first time that I ever did this. So that's why it's kind of like, so what I did was I had him email me because it was their anniversary coming up. So I had him email me pictures of him and his wife throughout their relationship. And I created a film, I created a movie, and I put their pictures in. And then I added pictures of different destinations. And
Oh,
in between, I was like, um, you know, where are we going to go? It's your choice. Little like cute little sayings throughout. And so, and then I put like pictures and information about 4 different destinations. And then he was going to present it to her. And then the two of them were going to make the decision because he didn't want to make the decision on where to go. He wanted
Yeah.
something that he could show her. And then she could be like, oh my God, and then
Yeah.
and then the two of them would pick the destination as far as where they wanted to go. And the cool part about that is it was a vacation reveal. You always see gender reveals and people sharing what baby they're having, if it's a girl or
Yeah.
a boy. So this was a vacation reveal. And honestly and truthfully, before I did that for him, that was not a service that I had, not a service that was even on my radar, not a service that I thought I would do. And then now I do it all the time. Because like
Yeah.
parents want to, surprise their kids. They want to take their kids to Disney, or if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife or a husband that you want to surprise, or if you want to do like a surprise girlfriend's getaway. So basically, all you have to do is call me, and we'll plan it out together. You can share like the gentleman did. You can share pictures with me, and I come up with a vacation reveal. And so that was something that was cool. Like I said, never thought of doing, and I continue to do that. That is something that some people like the fact to some people like the fact to not pick the destination, let the person help them pick, and then others like to say this is where we're going. So I give the client the choice on which way to do it.
You know what you just reminded me of? It might be a little bit far off, but it just reminded me of it. So in the Disney movie Shrek, there is a fairy godmother who comes in, and basically she gives, do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, let me explain it for the listeners that don't. So there's a part of the movie where she lets the prince pick the princess that he wants to be with, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Assuming that they're
yes,
gonna want to be with him back, which he finds out later that's
yes,
not the case, right? So
yeah,
she's showing off all of these different princesses through a
yeah,
mirror, and it's like an advertisement, and I don't
yes,
know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. But I
yeah,
love the fact that you're doing like a travel reveal, and that's really cool that you were able to be a part of like a really intimate
yeah.
moment with the couple
And
trying
then
to decide, because it's already hard enough.
yeah, and the cool part is you could like hide the gift somewhere, or you could do like a scavenger hunt, or you could do like I did, like a video, and not let them watch the video, and they think they're watching a video of just their life, and then all of a sudden this thing starts to, and then they're like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah,
So I
I
I,
love
I
the
love
scavenger
that.
hunt idea. I'm gonna have to
Yeah, I
definitely
love it.
I'm gonna have to keep that scavenger hunt idea in mind, because I feel like it could be used for so many different things, like friendships, anniversaries,
Yeah,
work
yeah,
relationships, business partnerships.
definitely.
Like it could be used for so much. So that's really cool.
Hmm.
So I'm glad that you're able to share that experience with us, Vanya. I do want to give
Yes.
you an opportunity, if you would like to, just to share, what your brand is about, and maybe like one of your top trending services right now for anyone that's watching.
Right. So basically my name is Vania with Vania Travels, and I design personalized vacations for my clients. Basically, we do a consultation call, and then we'll talk about your vacation needs and what it is that you want and expect from your trip. And then I'll design a vacation based on what you shared with me, and then we'll talk about it after. And if it's good, if you want to do the vacation, then we book the vacation. Um, One service that I'm doing a lot of, it's groups, like group cruises. I am currently working on 3 different group cruises, if you believe it. The beauty of a group vacation is, whether you do a cruise or you do a hotel, all inclusive, the beauty of it is you get extra perks for doing a group, you know? So it could be you and your girlfriends going away, it could be a family reunion, it could be a church function, no matter, you know? So basically, my clients, they love going away with their friends and family. So that is a great vacation that you can do. And the beauty of going away as a group also, you have so many people to hang out with and to
Oh,
experience the vacation with, especially if you're with your family. You know, the thing I can remember, a vacation that I remember the most is right before the pandemic happened in 2019. My husband and his family, we all went to Jamaica. There was like 26 of us, and we all went to Jamaica. We stayed in a house, and then we also stayed at a resort. And the beauty is you get to bond with because guess what? You're not running off to work. You get to sit down and have dinner and hang out with, you know, cousin Betty. You get to hang out with nephew Nico, you know, and it's a beautiful way to share memories and to make memories.
okay. Okay. Awesome. So I'm glad that we were able to get you on. For anyone who's listening, I definitely recommend checking out Vania. I have had an amazing experience with Vania planning my vacation. She actually planned a couples trip for me, and she planned everything to a T. She knows exactly what I like, what I don't like, and she was able to get that very quickly. So if
Mhm.
you're looking for someone who can plan a vacation for you and do that work quickly, Vanya is the person. She can provide you with the quotes, tell you the prices. She is on top of it. So I highly recommend checking her out because she's definitely a travel agent and an experienced travel agent who actually listens. So thank you so much for joining us, Vanya.
Thank you.
And I am going to let everyone know if you are interested in being a part of these topics in our podcast, you can join us, become a deluxe member of our business directory at bossbabeblog.com. So thank you so much, Vanya. And thank you,
Thank
everyone,
you.
for listening. You have an amazing evening, and I will talk to you